Just trying to make sure everything's all set up. Would have been on a little bit sooner, but had to figure that out. Okay, looks like audio's coming through good. How's everyone doing today? We'll do our check-ins. We'll do our stuff after we do our little housekeeping bits and bobs. Doing our live stream today. This is Busy Gamer Dad. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I will not be doing that. Yeah, just having some fun today. We'll be doing a stream until about 11:30, 12 o'clock. We'll be checking in with people, hence the stream name. How are you? How are you doing? Summer is full swing. Hopefully you are having a good one. Hopefully you are enjoying yourselves. All right. All right. There we are. Good. Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, so, yeah, do the analytics. Let's see here. Let's do our audience, unique viewers. Okay, good. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Things are coming together. I like it. All right. Good. Reactions. Pop out chat. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to have that right there. Just so I see who's going on what. Yes. So we'll do our shout outs here as soon as I check our Twitch side of things. Make sure things are going well there. And do our talk for the day, intended for certain audiences. Good to know. Yep, good. Awesome. Yay. Hooray. All right. We got our community there. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool, cool. All right. Alrighty, so what's going on? What's the day look like for you guys? Well, day looks like, if you're watching the stream, that you're going to have a wonderful day. I think so. I think we'll have a wonderful low-key time. Very chill. Put me on in the background while you guys are working away. Come back to it as soon as you see me start struggling, which is usually quite often. So I try not to interrupt your workday too much. Yeah, but we've been slowly getting subscribers, which is great. And I can't thank you guys enough for subscribing over on YouTube or on Twitch if you happen to be able to do that. Our shout-outs, we're going to do that right now. So we'll go over there and do the shout-outs for the people who have commented on some videos and talk a little bit more about what's going on with things. So in our videos, we have last week was the very last week of our demo coverage for like the Steam Next Fest from July. It was a lot of fun. I'm sorry, June. It was June. But it spilled over into July. So yeah, that was our last week. We did a couple of demos and a couple of free games. If you're not a member of the Discord, the link is in the description for the channel. I do post video or articles for free games for you guys out there. I don't buy them, full disclosure. They're articles that talk about where the free games are, and I just merely find them and I post them on our Discord site. So you guys can fill out your gaming library with some free games, and I think that's a really great way as a busy gamer to feel not as much pressure or anxiety to play the games that you purchase, spending your hard-earned money on. And the free games, yes, I understand. The free games, they've been out for a while, or they may not be the games that you're into, or they may look like indie games or a little bit lower budgets and stuff like that. That's all good. There's still games you can relax and play with for a little while and just enjoy, and then have something to say like, oh, I played this really weird game, and talk to your friends about it, or talk to your gaming community about it, talk to your partner about it, whatever. Ogre Battle's going pretty well. I did see just recently, actually, and I fully recommend you guys go and take a look, at least a little bit of the video. Good Games Done Quickly did an Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen playthrough in under an hour, I think, or maybe like an hour and 10 or something like that, really close to about an hour. And that game has taken us, at this point, I think, at least 20 hours. I want to say around 20 hours, and we're not even like halfway through. So obviously they're doing the speed run strategy of, you know, not getting everything, only getting what they need. So yeah, definitely one of those things that you should take a look at if you're at all interested in what the Good Games Done Quickly is. A wonderful charity and a wonderful organization. Take a look at that. But yeah, take a look specifically at the Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen on SNES playthrough. They did it at 4 a.m. I mean, obviously there's going to be more popular games that are slated for the peak hours in the midday or later afternoon, but they ran it at 4 a.m. That's just wild to me. Good props to the people who did it. I mean, great for them. I don't know if I could have the mental capacity to play a game like that at 4 a.m., but yeah, definitely take a look at it. Definitely encourage you to take a look at it, see how things are going with that, and see if you could even pantomime it, see if you could mimic the run, see if there's any information out there, because I really think that that game is an underrated Super Nintendo game for what it did for not only the Ogre Battle series, but Square Enix as well as Atlas, two very big production companies for video games. Square obviously for the Final Fantasy series, Square Enix for this Final Fantasy series, but also for Atlas for the Persona series. So Atlas was a publisher for the game on the Super Nintendo, I think. Not on the Super Nintendo, I'm sorry, on the PlayStation side of things. So definitely take a look at the game's history. And that's one of the things that I think people overlook when they go through things. Now, let's go through here. There was a couple of people that I wanted to shout out. Archimedes talked about something that I wanted to make sure I said something about. Yeah, the genie outfit in... So I did a Bloodstained Ritual of the Night session gameplay series this week, and it was fun to play it because they actually have another expansion coming out, or DLC, whatever you want to call it, called Scarlet Ritual or something like that, or Scarlet something. And that's coming out this year. I don't have a specific date. They don't even have a specific date yet. It just says 2026. But he talked about the Shantae half genie hero outfit that you get inside the game, and I didn't realize that until much later when I was playing the series, and I was like, oh yeah, it's that Shantae. It's a platformer, and it's a pretty popular game. For those who know it, it's a very enjoyable series. I think there's like 4 or 5 games for it. And then Bloodstained, if you don't know what it is, it's a Castlevania, Metroidvania style game where you have, if you've ever played Symphony of the Night on PlayStation, another very prolific game from Capcom, you could understand exactly what the game is. You run around the map, you get certain abilities, you go back to where you couldn't go through before, fight bosses, and move the narrative forward in the game, and it's a lot of fun. Do recommend that. And then somebody actually commented on a video from a long time ago. Voltron, thank you very much for reminding me this game existed. And I want to do a good job shouting this game out because it's a really fun game and it's a really good multiplayer game if you and your friends aren't local to each other, or even if you are. It's a Steam game called Pixel Descent, and so it's probably really affordable right now. So if you get the chance to put this on your wish list and pick it up for you and your friends, it's a really good way to spend a weekend or spend an evening with them remote. And it's Gauntlet, basically old school Gauntlet. You have a slew of heroes. It's pixel graphics. You have a slew of heroes that you control, and each one's have their own unique play style, and there's roguelite meta progression that you can get into it, like curses and stuff like that. And the object is to clear boards, get keys, unlock doors, and get to the end. And then when you get to the end, the game flips. As opposed to like this dungeon plunging exploration game where you're looking for keys and stuff like that, it turns into more of a vampire survivor bullet hell, and your build is put to the test against endless waves of enemies. So it's a lot of fun. I do recommend that game if you have a chance to get it. But Pixel Descent is the name of the game. And then that's kind of it for the shout outs for right now. I think that it's one of those games that you really should take a look at if you're in the pixel graphics and stuff like that. And it's part of like a what do they call it, asset set for game development. I don't mind that. I think it's you can make all manner of things and using those asset sets. So definitely one of those things that I think is really cool, and one of those things that I think is underrated for people out there. All right, so that's our shout outs, that's our stuff there, that's our housekeeping. Hopefully you're having a good day, and we're gonna jump right into our Magic the Gathering. So what we're playing here is Magic the Gathering Forge. And this is a free game that you just have to search on the internet to find. Buyer beware. If you have antiviruses, good for you. Make sure you're being safe on the internet regardless of going to this game or any other things that you download on the internet. But yeah, so this is a free fan-made game for Magic the Gathering where you are basically in a free open world. No narrative that you're like having to do. You can explore to your heart's content, build all manner of deck, but you start off with 2-color deck and you just get your cards, accumulate them steadily over time. We have 4 decks that I think we're doing 5 decks. We have 5 decks. So we have a Lower Dimir deck, we have an Izzet deck, we got a Goblin deck, we got a Slens deck, and we got a Sliver deck. And I tried to capture all the colors in all these various decks. I will tell you right now, this Goblin deck that we have can be very nasty. And I mean, like when it goes off, it goes hard. And I think that's crazy, the amount of like ridiculousness that can end up happening. But what counters us is like a lot of the board wipe or goblin decks are aggro decks by nature. So if we don't get that win within the first, say, 4 or 5 turns, like if we don't get that solid win condition in the first 7 turns max, we're usually cooked, because the enemy can then get their mana out to do their abilities and board wipe, and usually has a number of blockers to counteract us. And so depending on that situation and the board state of that situation, it usually means GG for us. So we're cooked at that point. We do have a quest that I'm trying to do. I would like to get into the Red Castle, and I would like to get that figured out for us. So in here, this is a quest that we're doing. So that's a fun thing about this game. They have quests. There was a named guy, Lord Levinian, and I don't know if he was like some part of some other quest or something like that, but he was a very interesting character. I think maybe if I go into here, I go into status, and I can look for him. I believe these aren't in alphabetical order. Well, let me see if I can find him, if he happens to be on this list. So this is the running list of all the creatures that you've encountered, all the characters that you've fought against. I don't know if he's on this list. Adept Wizard, Golem, I haven't seen him. So there's quite a few NPCs is what I'll call them. And you can kind of see that our spread on winning, like you get a good win-loss ratio right here. So we're pretty good. I'm not going to say we're perfect, but we're pretty good. Let's see here, go here. Yeah, so he didn't show up here. Or at least he did. If he did, I scrolled right by him. But now all that we have left to do is we got to fight these animals and boars. And we gotta, there's stuffed pigs. Okay, that's fine. So all of our decks operate on 3 land. We need 3 land in hand to do what we need to do. And we're already off to a very bad start. We will keep this. Not really liking it. So we have play for that. We have play for that. We will drop this. And I guess... feel like I need to drop, as much as I hate it, I think I need to drop you. Alright, cool. Yeah, and we will keep this. Alright, so let's see what we got. That's fine, I suppose. Can't really do too much about it. Alright, Alpha Strike it up. Legion Air, Loyal there. So this is oh, he plays Gruul. Alright, fair enough. Oh, of course. So let's drop this down here. Get that out of our hand. And then we'll Alpha Strike again. So this is where Goblin deck falls apart. Is if we don't get that 3rd land, we're kind of cooked. And Carefree Swine Master. Hooray! Yep, that's a 1/4. And we need that 3rd land. We can't do a darn thing without it, so we're going to end our turn. We'll do this. Talk a little bit more about the game, so he's going to pay for that. Yep. Well, we got Goblin Fodder. I might as well bring this out. And then we will Alpha Strike again, swing back at him. There. On top this land. Right there. We need that 3rd land. So he's just going to keep giving him... Yeah, he's going to outpace us. If we don't get at 3rd land, we are cooked. Right there. Take our wins where we can. Yep, gonna be hitting us again. 7. There's our 3rd land. Thank the maker. Alright, so now from here, what do I want to do? Well, I think honestly, this is... Let's hear. If I give... Whenever one or more goblins attacks, we control, we take 1. Whenever a goblin enters, we get 1 more damage. So that will give us 4 attackers. He'll take 5, and then I'll drop this down. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I want to get the kill pressure as much as I can. So we'll drop that down right there, and then we'll Alpha Strike, and then, yep, they'll get the trample from the Legion Loyalist, and then we get the extra bonus Goblin. He'll do 1 more damage. They all get trample and first strike, and then that, and then next round we will drop down Goblin King, and we will be able to win. because Goblin Kings gives all our goblins, I should say, all other goblins, not just ours, other goblins. So that's a very big, important thing. So if we fight a goblin, he will get the benefit of that as well. Alright, so he's going to hit me for 3, and that's fine. I'll take 3. And, yeah, I'll just drop this guy down, and we win. So we'll do this. He takes 1 point of damage, and he actually wins from the passive, from the trigger effect from this guy. So, not bad at all. So if I just Alpha Strike with that right there, and we won. See? 3 land is all you need for this deck, and most of our decks to really work. And I don't have a good land sift ability for my my goblin deck. So if you know anything, let me know about it, because I love Magic the Gathering, but I am also not very good at Magic the Gathering. And that's why you're here, to see somebody struggle in elegant fashion. Let's see here. This is Mad Blind Mountain. Plays ability if you control 2 of my Shuffle Library. Interesting. I don't really need that. I'm going to sell that one. I'll sell these 2. These have a nice ability to ramp whenever you... I mean, I guess these would be really fun. But it's about the gnome, but you get a boar. I don't see myself doing a boar creature deck. So I'll flag most of these, if not all of them, to be sold. Elephant token, huh? Alright, well, I mean, still. Tap, create 2, crap. Oh, okay, so you could really ramp this if you get an elephant deck, but I don't know if there's any, what are they called, Lux Ramp? Elephant decks out there that are really good. We'll hold on to it for a little while. Alright, let's go fight another boar with our angry goblins. Angry goblins go smash smash. We go second. No land in the... Oh, 1 land. That's just worthless to us. I'm going to mulligan that. Do I want to risk this? Knowing that if I get another land... I'm going to keep this. Let's get rid of one of our mud button goblins. Alright, we will drop you down in our first turn. I will keep this. Yep, okay, good. I didn't expect him to have anything for a single drop. So we'll get in there when we can. Swing, swing, swing. There. Good. Ah, there's that second mountain. So, good. And then we will drop down the extra 2 goblins. Good. Now we are going to be waiting for that 3rd land again. Waiting on 3rd land. This one right here. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit harder. Choose 1. So he's going to choose to put a counter on there. Okay, there's our 3rd land. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. What do I want to do? Well, I think I want to do this because I'm going to attack, and if he chooses to block, he's going to take that extra damage. So that's actually really helpful for us. And he'll take 3 damage, getting him pretty low. So we'll swing at this guy. Yep. And so it'll do 1 damage to blocking creature. That's fine. Right there. So now I can choose to plink him for 1. There, and then I'll untap this. And then he's gonna hit me for 3. I'm not gonna block it. He's gonna get a bristling boar out. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, so that's got menace. There's the extra land. That's actually really helpful for us because I can just sack this and make him take a damage. And I get some chump blockers. Like, I'll just do that. So we will auto pay that, do that. And then deals 1 damage to that right there. Great, awesome. And then we get some chump blockers, and then I'll end my turn. Yep, so he'll attack me with this, and so then I'll double block. Can't be blocked by more than 1. Oh, so he's got the... Okay, cool. That's fine. So that's fine. I'll just chump block that, and then we'll hit him again with the 1. Brings out the truffles now, and he'll get 4 life from that instead of using that one there. Okay, that's fine. I want to... It's not a land, so that's not really going to help me. I do want to keep going with this to get tokens to chump block. If he's got a board wipe, I'm kind of cooked in a way. So that's part of the reason why I also want to make sure I do this. Keep hitting him there. There. Okay, good. We will end turn. Land. He's going to hit me for those two right there. That's a bit rough. I will choose to block one of them. I'll block the 4 power. Yeah, and I'll take the 3. Oh, no. I want you to take a damage. And then stuff pig. And they have food token. Right, okay. Whenever this creature dies, create a food token. Yep, okay, so he's got a way of gaining life. A bunch of life, unfortunately. So, how do I want to play this? Well, I'll bring out you. And I'll bring out you. There, okay. So the reason why I did that is because if this guy dies, I can do 3 damage to any creature or player. So I get some damage from him there. And I can kill any one of these. Not these ones, ideally. I'll just hit him. A food token is a really bad thing for me because he can potentially out-sustain the damage I will do. So I will end turn. Alright, so he's going to hit me there. That's fine. Do I want to hit him for 3? I feel like I do. I feel like I need to. Yeah, let's block him there. Hit him for 1. Boar, territorial boar. Okay, whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield. Oh, okay. There's our mountain. That's going to be really helpful for us because now we could actually, I think, kill him. 1, 2, 3. So that would do 3 damage. And then I just hit him with Devil's Play. And I'll just nuke his life bar. Like, why would I not do that? Why would I not do that? So let's see what happens here. Because he's tapped out, so he can't do much. So let's do an attack here. Yep, so they get first strike and trample. Okay. So he's chosen that. That's fine. That's okay. The goblin token. There. And there. Good. Great. And so all of these will resolve, taking 1 damage away from him for every single goblin that died. So right there, we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because the mud button goblin does 3 damage as well. And I think that's 3. Coming up there. And that's the 1. And we just do Devil's Play. We just hit him for 2 and he's dead. We win. Ta-da! So that's the nuances where the goblin deck, we need to make sure we have pressure in certain ways. And having those goblins come in and out of play and doing damage to the player, that's how we get around the big beefy guys. Does it always work? Absolutely not. It does not always work. We're going to flag all of this to be sold so we can get the 25 bucks. Yeah. Spire of Order. Prevent all damage. Interesting. But that's really expensive. There's better ways to do that, I would think. Doctor Who. When an opponent draws a card, except the first one they draw in each turn, put a... Oh, okay. Cool. I'm going to flag you to be sold, though. This is a 10-6. Interesting. Interesting. All right, cool. Well, I'm not going to pick up the cash that's on the ground, and there's a reason for that. So in this game, if you die, you lose a portion of your max health for a little while. Like, they take health off of you. I shouldn't say half health. You take damage. So right now we're at 17 out of 17 because of all the equipment that we have. But also in this game, they take a portion of your money. So, like, I think it's like a solid 1% of your money, maybe even a little bit more. depending on how much you have. So the more money you have on you, the more painful that loss will feel. So just be very cautious. So we have 2 land in hand. We'd be on the draw for a 3rd. We have 1 action that we can play. I guess I'll keep this. I guess I will keep this. Oh, good. So that's unfortunate. Well, there's our 3rd land. I can't attack lest they block and gain a life, so that's fine. We'll hold off. Can't really do much about it. Armored horse. Okay. So if you haven't put it together yet, the game creatures that you fight indicate what type of deck they're going to have. That's a good and a bad thing. So if it's a demon, they're going to have a demon deck. Now that demon deck could be red and black. That demon deck could be something else entirely. So just be aware that that's the hard part about it. Shield Mirror can't. Oh jeez, Shield Mirror can't be blocked by red creatures when Shield Mirror enters combat or enters battlefield, or becomes the target of an ability an opponent controls. You gain 3 life. So they gain 3 life right there. All right, fair enough. So if I drop this guy in, he's gonna gain another 3 life. Joy. Let's. I feel like I need to get you out here. Now I have a 2/2, and we'll end turn. Part of the reason why the Goblin deck works the way it does is because it allows us to, we have enough life over 20 to really kind of stabilize getting ourselves set up. Kind of hard to handle that, I know, but that's just how it works. Alright, so. Nothing he has can kill us. Except for this. So I don't... Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this right here, and I will actually attack him. Yep, we get the Goblin bonus right there. And then we Alpha Strike. Everything has haste. We can put a +1/+1 counter on something. I'm going to put it on you. There. Alright, and he's not to block. So he's only going to hit us back for 5 damage at most, unless he drops something. Okay. Fair enough. Didn't choose to do anything there. This will be a 3/3 or a 4/4 coming in with haste. I feel like I want to do Bograt shenanigans, so that when something dies, he starts taking some damage passively, and then we will Alpha Strike him. Yep, that's fine. We will Alpha Strike this right here, and the Goblin Javelineer there. Okay, so that's blocked, so he's gonna gain 1/2 life, and that's not gonna die, unfortunately. That's okay. And then he will take 1 damage, but he'll gain the life first. Yes. Okay, alright, cool. So then now we're at the end. Right here. We'll update our title when we get to where I really want to go. Ooh, Nightmare. That's actually a pretty cool looking card art. Soulbound. You may pair this with an unpaired creature when it either enters the battlefield. They remain paired as long as you control both of them. As long as Thundermare is paired with another creature, choose each of those. Oh, wow. That's actually strong. Okay, and he's pairing it with the Shield Mirror. Okay, I see how they did that there. All right, so that's unfortunate, but I don't really have a way around that. I think we've got him. As long as... So if I bring this out, that's not really going to help me too much. This would be the better one, I think. Maybe this one. Because this, if I drop this guy, he's going to gain 3 life. And this turns into a 4/4. I feel like I just need to attack right now. And then I can put a counter on this one right here. Okay. And he's choosing to block that, so... Okay, so that's gonna die. Okay, yeah, see, I thought I had him, but I just wasn't quite sure how that was gonna break out, if he was choosing to block or not. So we did get a Savannah. That's gonna be really good if we put that in our Sliver deck. 1,500. So dual lands, so that's actually a good way to talk about it is, so dual lands and all the broken cards in Magic are also in this game. So one of those things that you may not understand or realize is that you can make infinite combos. And we have the ability to make some of them. And all I can say is that I don't know how to do that in the best way. Like, you've got to hunt for a lot of different cards. Case in point, in our Goblin deck, I have the ability to, let me see here. I have Kiki Jiki. I've seen many combos. I've researched it as much as I can to try and find what I can do with Kiki Jiki to build an infinite board of pirates or conscripts or whatever. And I don't have the second card yet. So I've got to keep hunting for that card. So in that vein, how do you get the second card to make the infinite combos for Kiki Jiki? Well, I'll tell you, friend. You can look at where those creatures spawn. So if it's an orc, go to the red zone. If it's a pirate, go to the blue zone. Something like that. Or if you're looking for a white card, a blue card, or a specific color card, go to those biomes. And then you can hunt for those by fighting those cards. Or fighting those colors and fighting those characters, and you should be able to get them. Alright, so now we gotta fight one more stallion. It's the brown warhorse. It's not to be confused with the white warhorse. What's up, buddy?
I can't defeat that baby. I keep trying the same thing that I've done before, but
Okay.
I can't hit him. He's floating.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you gotta try and take a break and think about how you did it the first time and try and remember a little bit differently.
I know what I did. I sucked the ball in, and then I shot it, and it hit him.
So are you missing him?
No, I point it in the right direction. It just goes right under him.
So you're not actually hitting him. That's the big thing. Maybe you gotta get closer. And maybe you have to angle back so your ball, instead of going below him, hits him. So maybe that's the problem, is you're not actually hitting him.
I know, that is the problem, because I can't turn it up in any way.
You can't pull back on the joystick like you've done before? I've seen you angle the vacuum up. My son is playing Luigi's Mansion on our GameCube. And, yeah, it's fun. It's a little learning experience for him. He loves it. Out of the blue, he actually asked for it again, because he hadn't played it for a long time. And so, yeah, it was funny to see him do that. All right, now mulligan. Oh no, this is bad. We'll auto mulligan. I got a mulligan again. I don't it, and it discarded the mountain. All right, so there's 2 mountains. 2 cards on the bottom of the library. This one and that one. All right, we will keep this one. Right there. Raging Goblin. Drop this down. So, if you're wondering if aggro decks are the way to win, not really, because you're kind of stuck in a lot of situations of how to balance the aggro deck against other situations and other problems. So, like, case in point, like, we have life gain decks that you can go up against, like this one, where it will outpace your aggro deck, and that's what one of our viewers, Lazarus, had talked about last week when I went to the Red Castle. Spoiler alert, we're going to be going back there again today. And in that castle, we had a learning process on trying to outpace an aggro deck, and we finally got it to work with our life gain deck. We cobbled something together that worked. Zodiac horse, interesting. Good, awesome. So there's that. That's what we needed. Let's give the goblins haste. There, okay, and we will end turn. Do this right here. Oh, he's just bringing out horses. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Enters the battlefield. Tap target creature. You gain life equal to that creature's power. So he's gaining 2. Alright, so now it's my turn. I will drop you. There, so now we have Mountain Walk. Not that he has a mountain for us to do anything with. We're not going to attack. We would lose a lot. And I don't want to lose anything right now, not until I get the shenanigans card out, the bog rat shenanigans out, the bog art shenanigans out, I should say. But the challenge, oh, this is good actually, because this will give our goblins a little bit more potency. Great, and then we'll actually end our turn. Right here, there, that's not good. Do not like that. There's another mountain. All right, so now we are. So we cast a spell. He's gaining. Yep. Oh, so both of them gain it. That sucks. Actually, that sucks a lot. We are kind of cooked if that gets any bigger. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 creatures. He's got 6. We would win the spread, but he would kill 1, 2, which are my ramp creatures. We would not kill that. We would kill that unless he chooses to block. No, we would kill that and that. And we would kill everything else. This has lifelink. I think we gotta go for it. Otherwise, he's going to just kill us. Yup, I think that's what we really gotta do. All other horses. Oh, no, this would survive because it's indestructible. At the beginning of each M step, if you gain life this turn. Oh, no. I gotta be very careful. He's gonna create a 5/5 horse with this mofo. Alright, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. I have to actually play this very differently. So he gained life, he gets a 5/5 horse token. We're gonna wait. I think I need to... No, I need to keep bringing creatures out. There, and we'll end turn. He's choosing to attack. I don't have anything bigger than a 5/5, so I am not going to block that. I will take the 10 damage. That is not what I wanted to see. We might be dead. We might be dead. He's attacking with a 7/7 and a 5/5, so that's enough to kill me. I have to block. But all other horses you gain. Other horses you have gain indestructible. So that has indestructible. Alright, so I have to kill this one. And this one. Okay. Alright, so blockers. Let's see here. Take... Nope. That's not who I want to block. I want to block with you here. And this one. That one right there. They don't have trample. This has indestructible, though. Son of a biscuit. I have to block that, though. Okay. And then... So, 1 damage. 1 damage, 1 damage. There. Okay, so he takes 4 damage in reprisal from the passive that we got. Okay. Alright, so we got rid of that, which is great. And I will drop you down now. 1 damage to everything. That's awesome. Is this what I want to do? Because if he 5/5 guy kills this, everything gets weaker. I feel like I need to wait around. No, I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. I have to aggro this. I have to. Alright, so we alpha strike this, right? He will use the 5/5 likely to kill this one or this one. So that's fine. Everything else will die. So he's gang blocking. Alright. On the clapback, he might kill me, but we'll see. So 1, 2, 3. No, that's lethal there. 1, 2, 3. That's lethal there. And can I hit him? Oh, I can't. I can't because I don't have trample, unfortunately. Alright. So we'll just hit him here, there, and yep. And then we will end turn. Yeah, we'll end turn, untap a land. So he's got a 5/5 that he's gonna swing at me with, maybe? No, he chose not to. So that's fine by me. Right here. Good, awesome. Yeah, we had to do what we had to do there. So he chose to block the 5/5. Nice, awesome. So like I said, Goblin deck putting in work. Goblin deck is putting in a lot of work. All right, so these can go. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. And then Kite Sail Larcenist. Warding when it enters. For each player, choose up to 1 target artifact or creature they control for as long as it remains. On the battlefield, the chosen permanents become treasure artifacts with sacrifice. Oh. Okay. I'll hold on to that. I know there's a lot of people that can benefit from, or a lot of cards, decks that I can make for that. Alright, so now we're going to go back around and we're going to collect all the gold, collect all the stuff, the gubbins, the items, the trinkets, the baubles, the detritus, the various other things that we left on the ground so that I didn't, you know, if I got into a loss streak, I didn't lose the overall amount of gold that we had. Alright, so let's see here. Worm. Oh yeah, so there we are. Generous gift is from the latest set, the Marvel series. Destroy target, permanent. Its controller creates an elephant. Face of Divinity. Okay, so that's not bad. Irregular cohort. This is shapeshifter. Okay, so we get a free one there. We own one of these slivers already. Scale up. At the end of your turn, target creature you control becomes a worm. Oh, cool. On thin ice. Enchanted land is snowland. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Shelter, we'll get rid of that. Settle beyond reality. Exile creature you don't control. Exile target creature you control, and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Oh, so that's good to get a way of proccing things twice. That's not bad. Stirring Address. We'll get rid of that. Oh, the Spore Frog. I had a Spore Frog when I was a kid. It was a really good way. It's like a 1/1 creature that you could also block, and then sack for stopping all combat damage. All right, Winding Way. I guess we'll hold on to that. Imposter of the 6th Pride. I don't know. Do I want to keep these? I feel like shapeshifters, changelings being all creature types, when they come in, they trigger all the things. So it's not a bad idea. I'll get rid of this. I just don't see the value in some of these cards. But maybe, again, I don't know the synergies. I'm just playing off of my knowledge of the game, which is, as I've learned, not very in-depth. So I've done lots of research on trying to get better at that. Preening Champion. Interesting. And then Celestial Gatekeeper. Let's put into your graveyard, remove it from the game. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, not great, either of those cards, so we'll get rid of them. Or flag them to be sold, I should say. Alright, so now, is there anything else that I left behind? Let us take a look. Is there anything else I left behind? Anything else I left behind? Yes, there was. There's money in the field. Grab that. 110 bucks. Alright, love to see that. Alright, cool. So now we gotta go turn in this quest. I can't exit that way. Shoot. Alright, cool. Alright, so now we go down this way. And we get out this zone. Right here. Good. Yeah, you barely finished clearing the area. And the imposing farmer is already preparing to harness one of his animals to plow the out. Okay. Seeing your approach says thanks. Now I get back to work. Cool. Awesome. So that was quick. I like that. Debt of loyalty. Regenerate target creature. Gain control of that target creature. That's not bad. But I'm still gonna sell it. Leyline. If Leyline of Hope enters your in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Oh, okay. If you would gain life, gain that life plus one more instead, or as long as you have at least 7 or more life total creatures you control. That's not terrible for our life gain deck, but also not really like I don't know if we'll need that. Flying Haunt, we'll get rid of that guy. Omenport Vigilante has double strike. I have not committed any crimes. No, I don't have that kind of function in any of my decks, unfortunately. Historian Boon. Whenever Historian Boon or another non-token creature enters the battlefield, so main creatures, we create a soldier token. Whenever the final chapter or final ability of a saga triggers, that's actually really good if we had like Terra and Rydia for sagas. Oh wow, that would synergize really good with them because they like move tokens around on sagas all the time. But whenever a saga chapter ability triggers, so yeah, you could still use it with them. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so now what am I going to do? I'm going to update our title on our YouTube and on our stream here so you guys see what we're going to be doing today. So we are going to bang our heads against the wall and we are going to beat the Red Castle. All right, head banging. No, how do I want to say this? What do you guys think? Red is dead. Red is dead. Maybe. Dot, dot, dot. Maybe. We will update. There we are. Red is dead, maybe. Alright, so there's what we're going to do today. Alright, so I'm going to fast travel to red. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. 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 Alright, so we're going to go over here. So we're in the red biome. We have all the stuff that we need. Patience. Persevering. Is there any cards that I want to get? Anything that I really can think of that I really need? Let's see if there's anything in the Goblin thing. Let's see here. Goblin Pirate. Dockside Extortionist. Whenever this creature enters, create X, where X is the number of artifacts. We don't really have artifacts in that deck. We don't. Goblin is mono red for us, so we don't have the ability to really play this one well, or at all, I should say. Orc Warrior. Zuzu the Punisher. Whenever a land enters. That's pretty good for a landfall deck. I have yet to create a landfall deck, so I'll pick him up. Let's see here. This is an artifact goblin. So not a bad idea, because with our Teferi staff, we can untap this guy as a blocker. So I'll pick him up just to keep him in the wings. As long as you control an artifact. Okay. Don't really need that. Again, we don't really have many artifacts in the goblin deck. Blood Rush. A key Drill Master. Alright, fair enough. Let's refresh. Let's see what we get. Durati, Rocketeer Engineer. So again, we don't really have artifacts. Construction Anarchist. When Construction Anarchist enters the battlefield, you may choose an instant or sorcery from your hand. If you do, has perpetual incorporate red and gain whenever this casts a spell, it does damage, 2 damage to each opponent. Okay, so not really super helpful for us. No. Taskmaster, no. No. Again, not really anything super helpful. Let's reroll again. Gut, the True Soul Zealot. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a 4/1 skeleton token with menace. Interesting. Okay. Goblin Negotiation. Deals damage to target creature. Create X number of goblins excess of damage dealt this way. Oh, Goblin Grenade. We don't have any of these. This is actually really helpful for our deck, so I'm going to get that. Mog Bomber. If another creature comes into play, sacrifice Mog Bomber. It deals 3 damage to target player. I mean, I feel like this is an interesting card for a lot of reasons, but I don't think it's going to work well with our deck. Goblin Turncoat. Do I want the Flying Goblin? I mean, we don't have any flying creatures. I'll pick him up. Why not, right? This is actually good for our Is It deck. Goblin Electromancer. Instant sorceries, you cast 1 less. Cost 1 less. That's actually really good for our Is It deck. Goblin Welder. That's an interesting card. I've never seen that. I've never once seen that. Alright, sacrifice an artifact. Quill Slinger, Bograt. Mudbutton Clanger, sorry. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it shares a creature type with it, reveal it. If you do, gets 1/1 until end of turn. Oh, there was one for Kiki Jiki and this card here, where we could constantly use this ability over and over again. So play this, reveal that. So I'll pick him up for now, and then let's refresh one more time. Gut. Oh yeah, this one we had and I sold him. I don't know. I feel like that one's a bit much for me to try and figure out. At the beginning of your combat, you may have a target creature gain that. Goblin Ally, Archer Ally, first strike. Cohorts, Fire Slinger, just passive plinking damage. I mean, I'll pick him up just to pick him up. Then we'll do one more time. One more. Bushwhacker, Goblin Bushwhacker Kicker. If this enters, if it was kicked, gets +1 and +1 and haste until end of turn. Okay. At the beginning of your combat, you may play 1 when you target creature gains haste. Okay. Goblin Champion. Whenever a creature attacks alone, gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Red Cap Thief enters the battlefield. We create a treasure token. This one provokes creatures to attack. And Bloodshot Trainee. I could feel like this one would work, but I don't know. I feel like we're kind of tapped out now. I don't want to keep digging. I don't want to keep on trying to go for it. Furious Ashes. So Trample Echo cost is 0. Now here, these are dwarves. Don't really have a dwarf deck going right now, so not super helpful for us. All right, so I picked up some cards. Let's see, do I want to put any of them in? Let us filter down. Yeah, so we have Mr. Monopoly, by the way. These are just cards that I'm like, I don't know how to use this card. It's a mythic card, so you got to think that it's good, but like I don't know how to make them work. I don't know how to make these planeswalkers work in our decks. So forgive me if you see them and you're like, why are you not using that? Because I don't know any better. So if you happen to see anything where you're like, why are you not using that? Let me know. Hey, how's it going, Archimedes? How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day. Sorry that was a little late on that. I was too focused on getting goblins because they require undivided attention. Let's see here. So I could put Kiki Jiki and the Snoop in. I definitely want to put the 2 Goblin Grenades in. Let's put the Snoop in. Now, what cards would I take out? Because now we're at 51, and I feel like that's a lot. I could take out the Goblin, Battlecry Goblin. Because this is just helping create creatures passively, but it has a requirement that we have to attack. So I'll remove these guys. Right there. We have 25 creatures. The Raging Goblin and the Goblin Javelineer are really good for early damage. I feel like that's a good idea, along with the Loyalist. Let me get rid of the Raging Goblin. Let's remove him. Volley Veteran, I feel like, is a good late game Goblin, because when he enters, I can just destroy a creature. Deals damage to target creature an opponent controls equal to the number of goblins. I feel like it's a good late game one, but it doesn't really necessarily work well with what we currently got going on, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. I feel like we've got some goodness right here. Okay, I feel like we got goodness here. Alright, so yeah. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule regardless to watch the stream. Take a look at the stream here. Archimedes, if you're back, sorry I missed that. Hopefully you're having a good day, good morning. Taking the day off from work or just watching me at work is always a good thing for me, because I mean I'm great for background noise. I'm great. I'm very therapeutic. I'm very therapeutic. Alright, so we got to get down to there, and then we will get ourselves into the difficult part. And I mean that. This is gonna be difficult. These monsters in the castles, in the main castles, they have passive buffs that are very effective and very difficult to manage and work against. Alright, so these are going to be our 2 towns that we retreat to if and when we lose. And I should say when. Let's see here. Edit. So this is our life gain deck. It's pretty good. It's not great. So it's a cat soldier deck. So I'd like to get something a little different going on, but I just don't have the cards, because the green and white areas are the areas I probably spent the least amount of time in. So yeah, just letting you know. That's why we look the way we do with it. We have 13 creatures, we have 10 instances, we've got 6 artifacts. I think that I would like to get rid of a bunch of these artifacts just because they don't really work for us. Specifically, like this one here is really good for the life gain, but that means that I can't put these 2 swords on that creature. So as much as I like having these in the deck, I think I might need to get rid of them, leaving the card draw a little bit over. Let's move them to the sideboard, actually. Let's do that. Then we have 2 enchantments, and then we got 15 land. I did pick up that other land, so I want to make sure I put that in our deck right here. Let's see here. Call this the sword. No, where is it? Where was it? This one right here. I got Savannah. Why is Savannah not here? Is it because it's a different type of land? Am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? Yeah, there it is. There it is. We'll add that to the deck. And then, what do I want to do here? I can get rid of a tap land. That might be good. Let's get rid of a cycling land. Let's remove that. Let's remove that entirely. There. Okay. Alright, cool. Awesome. So we've got 15 land. That's good. That's good. So that's 1 out of every 3 cards we should be able to draw is a land. Alright. Alright, here we go. Whew. We got this. We got this, friends. Yep, magical energy. They have Lathless's presence. I know. So this barbarian guy, we beat our head against trying to get him dead. We got really close. Our last attempt last week. We have 3 land. 1, 2, 3. And I will have to take that off the board as much as I can. We go first. How does he get a bonus land? Okay. Fabulous. Cool. Awesome. We go second. He goes first. I will keep this. Alright. I will keep this. Does this enter tapped? It does not. I'm just going to put the base land down. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I need to put the base land down. Let's do that. Let's put the base land down. Let's Johnny's welcome it. And then we'll end turn. He's gonna drop a creature. No, he does not drop a creature. That's very good for us. We're gonna drop down the artifact land, and we're gonna get 2 creatures out. And that'll give us some life gain. Okay, so we'll do that right there. Yes. Right there. So he does have a fair bit of removal in the deck, unfortunately. Right there. Cool. Then we will end turn. Elden Warlord. So that's the one that he had that really just hosed us up pretty bad. I can't do anything without my green sources, so I will drop you. Yes, I will take it to life. I want to drop... you. There. We gain the life back. And then that becomes a 3/3, and we gain a life, and then I will get the pressure on early. We will untap our green there. So he chose to do 1 damage to himself, and he brought out Cold Eyes. Oh, no. Okay, so... Yep, so that's going to ouch. I am not going to block. I will take the damage. Being that we have a life gain deck, that's going to be pretty helpful for us. So I'll bring this out. I can summon this, and then I can do this. Is that what I want to do? Or... I don't have 5 yet. Okay. Yeah, so I will call out the hammer. No, I only have 1 green source. Shoot. Search our library and put a creature card on the top. Do I want to do that? What would I go for? The Pride Mate would be a really good one to get. So I am going to drop this down. There. Yep, we gain a life. And then I will swing at him for everything I've got. Take 7, we gain 2. And then we're going to untap our green source. 5/5, and he's going to hit me for... That's a 7/7 because of this, so that's 5. Yep, okay. Swinging at me, that's fine. I don't have a way of blocking it. I take the 15. At the end of the turn, I'm going to cast this. We get Pride Mate. I believe that's what I want. Is that what I want? Yes, I do want Pride Mate. I could do Eris and in case he's got removal. Let's do Pride Mate. Let's do the Pride Mate. Drop the tap land. Bring out the Pride Mates. There. Get the token. Get other creatures. Yep. Okay. And then... I have a way of blocking this, unless he pumps it up. I feel like I need to attack. Kinda have to. Pass on this one, I think, yeah. Let's untap you. So he's choosing to attack with an 8/8 and oh shoot. Alright, well, that sucks. Let us block you here. Yep, see, this is what I was talking about, where it's just like you need to bummer. I don't think we don't have a way of winning. We don't have a way of winning, so we will concede. Already. That was a good one. That was a good one, though. Whoa, don't want to fight the Ildari. Just want to get back over to here. Heal up. Let's go back to it. All right. Yep. Oh, man. Alright, Barbarian. Just, if you didn't have the aggro, we probably would be able to do this well. We have plenty of land in hand. Wave removal, and we got a Johnny. So, I guess I'll keep this. And we got Pride Mate, so not terrible. It's, I don't need to bring out any of the tap lands right now, so... Oh, he's destroying my artifact now. That's so great for me. Thanks. Alright, Savannah. I don't have a land that I can... a second land, so I can't cast this, actually. So that sucks. We'll hit him for 1. Not off to a great start. Yeah, okay, we're not getting it this time. He's already gonna hit me for way more than I think I can recover. That sucks. Oh, that sucks so much. Yay, top tier Magic the Gathering frustrations. Alright. I don't want to fight the goblin. I don't want to fight the cow. There's a wizard right there. Walk of Shame is just, we know our loop. We know our loop. We're going to do this. It'll take us 40, 50 tries. I think what's making this so hard is the fact that he has the haste drop right out of the gate. We have 2 forests. No plains. We are on the draw for a plains. I mean, sure, let's keep it. What's the worst that could happen? We're already 2 in the hole dead. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna end turn. 2. Another forest. And we'll end turn. Give me for 3. Another. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got all the forests that we need. What in the world is this? What in the world is this? There's the plains. Thank the maker. You. And bring out you. There, and turn. Oh good, he destroyed that. Nope, we're dead. We're dead. Alright, so he has the ability to destroy artifacts now. He didn't... I don't think he had that before. I really don't think he had that before. Let me get rid of this. And... maybe put back in the tap lands its cycle? I don't know, maybe. Let's go here. Let's get rid of everything else. Let's look at what land we have. Green as well. Red, green. There's this one. 2 or more basic lands. I guess I'll add this one. That's the one I'll add. Alright, cool. Alright. Do not want to fight you. I do not want to fight you. It's probably the way of the game's way of telling me like I should try a different deck. Let's try our Is It deck. Let me edit this out a little bit because we got a couple of cards that I'd like to put in here. So let's get rid of the artifacts. And then we'll keep the multicolored ones. Let's see here. Let's see here. Dies, draw a card. This is not a bad card. April O'Neil's not a bad card. Where was the goblin that we got? I feel like that goblin would be a really good one to put in our deck. Where did it go? Where did it go? Goblin Snoop. No, no, no. No. Each online card in your hand. Well, we have another Enigma Drake. I thought we had... where did he go? There he is. This one. Do I want to add him? Electromancer. Everything costs 1 less. Spells an instance. We have 9 and 4. Do I want that? Thought I had Jace's thing in here, but I guess I don't. Do I want that? How many creatures do I have? 15? And I've got 13 and 17 land. I feel like that's a bit disproportionate. I feel like I should remove at least 1 land, 2 lands. I feel like we have a lot more red in our deck than we do blue. So there we have 15 lands. And now I need 2 more instants and sorceries as opposed to the 15 creatures. I feel like I need instants and sorceries over creatures. Or maybe I need a planeswalker. You may draw a card if you do, or you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Dragon spells. I could do Teferi. That's not a bad one to put in. Oh, okay. The Fiery Negotiator. I could just destroy a creature, potentially. Chandra, I could do that. Deal 6 damage to each of up to 6 target creatures. Trust to kill. Add 1 deals Chandra deals 1 damage to up to 1 target, player or planeswalker. Okay. Each opponent gets an ability. Deals 1 damage to you. Oh, okay. I don't know if I want that because I don't think I'll be able to survive. Instants and sorceries is probably where I really need to be looking because we need to get some better things there. Counter target spell, intertwine. I don't have any lightning bolts. Like, I really don't. I really wish I did. I do have counter spells, which is pretty good. And daze. Essence Backlash. Exclude. Do I want any instants? Do I want any enchantments? Whenever you put 1 or more counters on target. No, that's not really going to help us. I mean, this would slow him down ridiculous, but it would also slow me down too. Whenever a creature is put into the graveyard, that guy, so he sacrifices a land, so that would slow me down ridiculous. I don't know if I want to do that. At the beginning of your upkeep, sorcery gain, conjure a creature card. Okay. I mean, this isn't a bad idea. Collective Inferno, Convoke. Choose a creature type, double the damage. This isn't a bad one. Whenever we cast a spell, we put a token on this. I mean, I guess I could try that out, and it does 5 damage to any target. Whenever you draw your second one. Okay, there's Jace's and Jace's Sanctum. I feel like we have to get some better card draw for what we got and what we want to do. Propaganda would actually slow him down quite a bit as well. Just because he would not be able to attack us all the time. So I think that's a good one to put in there. I'll add it for this case. Underworld Breach is actually pretty good for the Izzet deck. Because then we can cast each spell twice. Yeah, I'll get that one. I'll put that one in there just to see. Whenever it enters, you may shuffle. Whenever this enchantment enters, if you cast it, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards. The first spell each player casts during each of their turns may be cast without mana cost. So that's interesting, but that's a very late game one. I feel like Unifying Theory would also really help with card draw. This would destroy plus 3 other cards. This would destroy some of the cards in our deck, like the Enigma Drake and the Dragonfly Swarm. this would destroy those cards because they operate on instants and sorceries being in my graveyard. So I'll do Unifying Theory. All right, let's see what happens there. That's a decent deck, right? That's a decent deck. He said not knowing if it's a decent deck. All right, we're gonna beat our heads against this wall of red until we are bloody and successful. I do feel like this is the easier one to defeat. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just doing this the wrong way. We don't have to beat all of them. We only got to beat one more. I have no land in hand. What is this game doing? We have a 1 in 3 chance of drawing land. Nope. Still none. Alright, that's better. I feel like... I feel like I got nothing. Sure. Let's put that one, and I have to put another one. That one. Alright, cool. Awesome. I'll keep it. Oh, where are you? Alright, so we drop our red land. He's gonna have so much. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's get Runaway Steamkin out. End turn. Being a little bit of a negative Nancy, I know, I'm sorry. A 5/5 that turns into a 6/6. This is a common, by the way. How did he bring this out? He's got 4 land already? Yep. That's a thing. I only have the 1 red source. And then I will attack for 2. And oh yeah, he's gonna swing at me for so much. Darn it. Just not enough. We will concede. And that's why the life gain deck kind of helps without pacing that. I'm just trying to see if we can get something else going. But we'll see. We'll see. Just for fun, let's go take a look at the Is It cards here. Run for your life. Okay. I wonder if I should create a counterspell deck. I really do. I feel like that might be a good one. Target creature. I'll buy that. Cerebral Vortex, draw 2 cards, then it deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Okay. Scry and each opponent takes damage, that's not bad. And whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a drone. I don't really have artifact decks, that might be something to look into. Flying and prowess. This is a good way to recover an instant or sorcery. Okay. Alright, cool. So now we've lost a little bit more money that we don't need. I'll hold on to them. I'll hold on to those cards. Alright. Yeah, I feel like the life gain deck is probably the best one for this to give us the chance to ramp. So, one of the things that I want to try, though, I'm going to switch back to the sliver deck here. Now, sliver deck, I got to edit the sliver deck. Because the sliver deck, I think... No, we have 28 creatures. All slivers. Yep, okay. We're good. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're okay. Alright. Let's give it a go. Let's give the sliver deck a go. Let's see what happens. We'll experiment. We'll have some fun. That's what today is all about. We've made some progress early on. You guys weren't here for it. We won the coin toss. We've got 1, 2. We can cast 1, 2. Yeah, we're okay. Okay, we will keep this. We'll drop this. We'll end turn. We'll do this. Right there. Bye, wife. Have a good day. Alright. Okay, we will do that. We will end turn. Okay, love you. Have a good day. I'm gonna hit you for 2. That's fine. Yeah, we have to resolve both of those. We're gonna pick that. First strike. Let's do... You? Yep, got a poison counter on him. One turn. He's hitting that for 4 damage. Okay. We take the 2. Hit us for 5? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Not that I have much choice in the matter. Right there. And then we will hit him again. Untap you. See, you never had these. Never had these last time. And now he's got a 7. This is such a frustrating thing. He's got a 7/5. Where X is the number of mountains you control. It's just so wild how rampy he can get. There. I don't have any way of doing this. We have 4. All slivers gain flying. If this permanent will be put in your graveyard. Oh, I need 1 more land for that. Who says barbarians are dumb? Play against this deck. Damage. Yep. Just came in with haste and then taps and does damage to us for 3, and we're cooked. Oh, such a frustration factor. Grr. Arg. Yep, I get it. You win. I do not want to fight any of you. I'm not in the mood. I am in no mood. No thank you. Yeah, I think life gain is the only way that we can stabilize the ridiculousness that's going on. So, let's go back to this. I do not want to fight that goblin fanatic. I know it may seem ridiculous that I'm beating my head against a wall trying to fight this guy, but it's rinse, repeat, get experience doing it. I really think that we have a way of beating him. So we go first. We have 2 cards in hand. One is our tap source. Okay. I will keep this. Will I pay the 2 life? No, because I don't need to. Yeah, I really don't need to. So no. We'll end turn. Drop this down. Be the target of some lightning bolts. So it deals target creature if excess damage was dealt. Note that excess damage, then you get a boon. Ah, I see. Okay, so from that's unfortunate. This comes in tapped. We'll draw a card. Or when it dies, I'm sorry, when it dies we draw a card. We'll end turn. When you cast your next creature spell, it perpetuate gets... Okay. And that's why he's doing this here. Yeah, he's got a 5/5 coming out now. He's gonna have bonus damage. No. Well... I don't want to... Why did it not let me... There it goes. Oh wait, why did it cost 1 more? Oh, darn it. Shucks. That's all I say to that is shucks. I mean, we'll just bring out the hammer. And then if he destroys it, he destroys it. Hit me for 9. I can't block it. There's nothing I can do. I can destroy his creature next round. I guess I'll do that. Let's hit him for 3. Let's untap you. That's haste, so it doesn't matter. Yep. Okay. We'll get there. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be clean, but we'll get there. It's almost like I need to build a specific deck to counter that, and I hate that idea. I hate that idea so much. Like, we need to get our own ramp deck, like elf ramp for getting big creatures deck. I will keep it. We go second. Which is a bit unfortunate. Let's not do that. End turn. It's gonna hit me with Barbarian. It's gonna hit me for 3. Okay, that's fine. Let's bring out you. Okay, blocker and turn. You. Yeah. Okay. For each barbarian, for each creature is a barbarian. Each creature. Okay, yeah. So we go to you. And we'll block. Okay, so we got we're doing things. If I bring you out and bring you out. Yep, so if I bring you out, And you out. Okay, we gain a life. He gets a counter. We'll hit him for 1. Untap this. 5. We're gonna take the 5. Let's drop a forest. Bring this down. So we have a 4/4 that can attack. So if I attack with him and this gets blocked, we get through with 1 damage. Sure, that seems fair. Okay. Untap this. Warlord. He's gonna hit me for a lot. I feel like I don't have counterplay. I will end turn. He's gonna destroy the artifact. That's oh, and he's keeping for that. And he's gonna hit me for 5. I will chump block it. I drew a card. Okay, let's fish for you. And end turn. He's got me. I don't see how I win this. So he did the excess damage. Alpha strike. Darn it. Hope the stream. No, I appreciate that. I have a built-in one through my wife. She's a graphics artist, but I do appreciate that. I should have Discord pinned, but if not, let me do that right now. Let me grab the thing here. Invite, and we will copy that, and we'll bring that over here. There we go. But yeah, feel free to drop your stuff into the Discord. Join the Discord for free games, etc. Alright, we did okay. Oh, I don't want to fight you. Stupid goblin warriors. Stupid. You're so stupid. Ugh. We won. Hooray. I will keep this. This is incredibly slow, but that's fine. End turn. Auto pay that. There. Cool. Great, good for me. Drop this down. Excuse me. End turn. Untap you. Goblin bomb. That sucks. During your upkeep, choose heads or tails. Opponent calls it while it's in the air. Fuse counter on it. If it. Okay. I mean, that'd be a fun way to win the game. If we ever fought that guy to the point where this would become useful. I have some of these. Let us do this right here. We will search for a creature. Let's do... Johnny? Yeah, let's do... Side mate. Let's drop the Savannah down. It's +1/+1. We will end turn. I will say Goblin Warrior loses the quick fit. Hex Sledge. Okay, so he conjures a 2/2 token. Yep. Okay. I have 2 or more basic lands, so should enter untapped, and it does. That's good. Let's bring you out. Right there. So he's got a 5. We've got a 5/5 now. I feel like I need to start attacking, so let's do that. Block. That's fine. We get to untap a land. Let's untap Savannah. Wins the coin flip, so it gets a fuse token on it. Hatchet Bully. Alright, so when this comes in, we will play it. No big deal there. Let's bring you out. There. So that gets to be a 5/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have enough to do that. It's a 7/7, 3. So I'm gonna wait because, well, should I? I don't think I need to. I was just gonna jump block. That's fine. All right, so we unturn. Let's untap. Fuse and loses the coin flip and it loses a token counter. Oh no! Darn it. Alright. Well, that sucks. But we get to do this. Right there. We just, we attack. I mean, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't. Okay. And then we end turn. Untap just a basic one, that's fine. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a colorless token. Sacrifice this artifact. This artifact deals 2 damage. So, yep. And loses a coin flip. So he kills that, doesn't hurt me. Wins the coin flip, gets a token there. Chooses to kill that. Attaches that to Hatchet Bully. Great. Awesome. And I feel like you're just killing yourself here, dude. Sure, if I feel I need to. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll auto pay that. There. Sure gains life. We have a 10/10 now. Let's alpha strike this. Okay, perfect. See? See, we can win. The deck can win. It's there. Just not with what's going on. Let's see here. Enters. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's just overkill there. Okay. All right. Let us, oh, that's a druid? I think that's another barbarian. All right. So we fought the Goblin King and beat him. We fought this guy, beat him. I don't think we beat this guy in the back. We did not beat the Elemental, and we need to beat, there's a Minotaur. Let's try fighting the Giant. Fire Giant. Let's see what we can happen against here. Let's see what can happen against here. We won the coin toss. So whenever a source you control deals damage to an opponent, put a quest for pure flame. Remove 4, sacrifice it. If any source you control would deal damage to target creature or player this turn, it's doubled. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's a very slow hand, but that's okay. We will hold on to it. Alright. Let's drop our tap lands first. If we have any. Yep, right there. Okay. We'll do green. And we'll end turn. Deal 2 damage, so he's casting Stomp. Okay. Okay. Drop this down. I feel like if I do this, this thing's gonna get just destroyed. But that's fine. I want to see what he's got in his hands. So we'll end turn. Untap here. Casting that so that he would. Okay. Let's bring out Savannah. Don't really have anything to do other than end turn. The source you control. That damage is doubled. Okay. So he's attacking. So we will cast this on a attacking creature. So it's going to do 2 damage to that spell's controller. So it's going to do 2 damage to me, which is fine. Okay. So we have a Johnny. Gain 2 life. If I bring him out, he's going to get pretty beat up pretty quick because I don't have any other real blockers, but I guess that's kind of what I need to do. Right there. So we'll end turn. Knowing that this thing is going to attack and it's going to swing at a Johnny, I'll have a Johnny take it so I don't lose my creature. Wait, why did it do... Oh, it's doubled. That's why. That's why. Should have read the fine print. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. Well, it's not really okay, but it's got to be okay. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Soldiers that attack don't tap. I feel like, yeah, I got to play this right now. And then we'll end turn. Deal 6 damage. Ooh, boy. Yep, squish. Alright. Yeah, he squished it. We take another 3 from that. That does that right there. He's going to hit me. That's fine. This is going to do 6. That's going to do 7. Venture into a dungeon. I feel like I need to take this one out. Yep. 2-headed giant. Okay. We have gotten all the land in this deck. I feel like Mobilize is probably the weakest card in here because all that does is just make it so that all our creatures have vigilance. And it's a creature generator, but it's not like a big one. Comes up heads. Comes up heads. So this is double strike, right? There was no saving that. If there was, I didn't know how. If there was, I didn't know how. Alright, so let's think here. Let's take a look at our deck, our life gain deck, and see if we can retool some things. Let us copy that there. Let us rename after we get through the edits. Alright, so I feel like this removed from deck. Feel like giant growth is nice and all, but not as helpful as I would like. We have 13 creatures plus a planeswalker, 10 instants. Let's see here. Let's see what else we can put in here that makes things worth it. Angels are pretty powerful. We could make an angel life gain deck. I know that I have a bunch of cards for that. And this would have +2/+2 because we start off with 27 health, I believe. So not a bad idea. Angel of Wrath. We don't really have the red or black sources to kick that. Whenever we search our library, that's not necessarily something for us. Lifelink ward. Whenever Vindicator is turned face up, exile target creatures from graveyard. Okay. Avatar of Growth. Creatures can't attack you unless you or a player... Oh, creatures can't attack. Okay. Yeah, so... That's a good propaganda on a creature, so not a bad idea. Whenever you cast this spell, you may return target angel or creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Quite expensive. Okay, melds with Geist of the Broken Blade. I don't have that other one, so it's kind of half as good as I want it to be. Vigilance, when the creature enters, destroy. Okay, and its controller creates a token. When this creature dies, return target artifact or enchantment from graveyard. Okay. Dog Warrior. Yeah, not as hopeful as I would have been going into this. Lifelink, whenever this creature mutates, create 2. Okay. Hope enters the battlefield. You may put an aura or equipment from your graveyard. Okay. Dwarf Artificer. A 2/1 soldier, not a bad idea. Just not seeing as much. Other soldiers get first strike. How many soldiers do we have in our deck? I don't think we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not a bad one. Gain first strike. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Let's put that in the sideboard, just so I remember that I looked at it. Oh wait, no, I tagged that to be auto-silled, didn't I? Didn't I? I'm a silly guy. Where did that guy go? Right here. Add to sideboard. There. Yes, there we are. Cool. All right, there. Feel like this would be a good one as well. Don't really have much to think on with anything else. There's a couple of decks that I would really like to make. Like, there's a couple, like, my buddy has a squirrel deck that's ridiculously funny to play against. Battlefield. Okay. Let's keep going. Bird of Paradise, basically. We'll flag this one to be sold. We'll flag 2 of them. Okay, shuffle put in your hand. Again, just I'm looking for the synergies here that I don't know if we see. Sarah Emissary, return that. It's a peasant, not a soldier. Those aren't necessarily helpful. I would love to see this work. don't see much by way of how I can make it any better or different. So you have 13 creatures, artifacts, instances. If I get rid of those instances, would anything else work? I don't know. I mean, this would be good for a lot of different reasons. Sanctify, I think I need to add, because that will get rid of the fervor. We have a chance to get rid of the fervor. Winds of Wrath. So destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted. So that'd be a fun one to board wipe him. Exile target creature you control. You know what we could do? That would be a lot of fun if I still have it. But he has artifact removal, so I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. Where is it? It is the Lich's Tomb. Is that something worthwhile? I don't think so. This could be fun. Let's add this to the deck. Because if we do... That's our only sorcery? Sanctify? That's funny. Condemn, disenchant. Okay. Let's try this out. Just for fun. We made some progress earlier in the day, so not terribly upset by where we're at right now. We got through that one quest. It was a bit of a bugger. Let's fight the Minotaur. We only fought them once, so let's see what we can do against them. So they have a creature and all Minotaurs. Okay. We will play. Well, not bad. Let's keep it. They mulligan down. End turn. Fairy staff. He's lightning bolting that. That's fine. Don't have anything to do. End turn. Okay. No, don't need life, I mean. Words is hard. Okay, so he's got that, and then he just did a didgeridoo. Okay. We have so much land. So much land. Well. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or more. And turn. It's gonna hit me there. Attacking creature, we take 2. I cannot bring a Johnny out because it will die. We are getting all the land. All the land that we could possibly want. I mean, there's nothing I can do different than what I'm doing right now, which is a bit annoying, because he's got 8, 10 damage to me. I can't... No, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I can bring out you. Yeah, I'll put you as the next card I draw. But we don't have haste, so yep, we're cooked. Bummer. Maybe the Minotaur is the right one to go for, though, because that seemed very much like a slower deck. Wow, that Goblin Rager moved quick. I will fight you. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Goblin. Awesome. Let's drop you down there. Cool. And turn. These are in the deck just because they have the life link. Prowler. And turn. I should probably get rid of those. Those are probably not the deck. Alright, Hiker. There. I mean, really, we don't need any. No? Okay, that's fine. I literally have no play right now. I have no play. Alright, so we got something here. So other creatures get that, so that's good. I don't feel like I'm able to do anything right now. Another Bomb Raider, Frenzy Goblin. Okay. one more land and I can start creating tokens. Okay. Let's end turn. Alright, so we'll play our card here. Let's search for you. Surprise, we got the card we were looking for. There, so we have a 6/6 on the board now. And turn. This one. No, for a Goblin Rager, he is not attacking. Okay, so this is good for us. I'll drop this down. There we get a token for that. Nice. Okay. And turn. This guy is not attacking yet. Okay, that's fine. Another land. Less helpful. End turn. Let's see. We're just staring at each other menacingly right now. Because I know if I attack him, I'm cooked. And he knows if he attacks me, he is. Alright, so... let's do this. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. For 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2. Okay, good. So I'm going to do this. Create another token. Right there. Cool. Awesome. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. I'm just going to Alpha Strike. And then we get the 2 extra creatures. We gain some bonus life. Right there. And then... what? Oh, he's double blocking this guy. And he's letting the other ones go through. These would survive. Okay, so click OK. Take out those 2. There. That's fine. Kind of even the board out. Here. Not swinging back. This works in our favor. Soldier. That's the one we want. Not that I really can do anything with it right now. Alpha Strike again. Okay. Alright, so we get some goblin cards. Goblin Goliath. Some mythic. When it enters... oh, okay. Krinko's Command, and... don't think I need him. Okay. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at this, edit right here. We're gonna get rid of pretty much all the cats that aren't as good as I would like them to be. Okay. So, other creatures you control, soldiers. We're gonna hold on to him. We're gonna hold on to them. We have 2 removals for the enchantments. Let's get rid of giant growth for now. Okay? We have this to remove creatures. We have this to remove creatures. We have this to fish for creatures. We have this to remove creatures. We'll hold this. We'll get rid of this. This has never been useful for us right now. So I'm going to remove this from the deck right there. Okay, so we have a Johnny's Welcome. We have a bunch of other cards that I mean, I can get rid of this one too. I feel like this one's not as helpful. Yeah. So there, fair play there. All right. So we have a Johnny. We have there. He doesn't give us life gain, but he gives us ramp for our creatures, which is not a bad idea. Same thing here. No life gain, but gives us ramp for the creatures. I feel like if we can get something better in our deck to do the life gain, that's what we need to be looking for. So I don't know if I can specifically look for that. I can. That's actually really helpful. So from here, what do I want to look at? Lifelink. We have another one of those. First strike and lifelink. And we have a land that can turn into that. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. Alright, so the creature side of things. Advocate enters, first strike. Humans you control each have the chosen abilities. So that's a core. That's only one. So not really helpful, and there's only one of them anyways. Bird with lifelink, not a bad idea. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't cast any spells, put a +1/+1. Okay, so that's a bit of a ramp. A-bomb. So we really don't have a lot of lifelink. So that's really what makes, I think, this deck so limited in its function. I would love to say that we have more to offer, but I just don't see how to make this deck more potent. Let us add this to the deck just for the life link, life gain. Human soldier, lifelink, flying. If we don't cast any spells, when Priest of Possibility enters, look at the top 7 cards of your library. If a card among them has flying, gains flying. Same is true for first strike. Death touch has proof. Okay, so he gets all the triggers. Okay, so not really something I'm looking for. Okay. I mean, I'll put them in because auras and equipments, they have a lot of removal, so might as well, right? And it's a 41 card deck. That puts us down to 41 cards. That's just terrible. That is really not where I want to be with a lifelink deck. Okay. All right. So from there, I think that's a work in progress. We'll hold off on that right there. Now, from what else would I like to do? Well, so here, I'm going to show you guys how I create decks. And this could be a ridiculously bad thing for you guys to look at, but this is what I'm going to do. I just look and see what I have, and I just add it to my deck. And see if it makes sense to keep it. There. Okay, so squirrel deck, not really going to be possible right now. So I'd have to really look and see if I could make a squirrel deck. So I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to rename this squirrel. Okay, now edit. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do counterspell. Now, this is probably picking up everything that has counter or counterspell on it, which is fine. I'm going to add these to the deck because I think that what we need to do for the other deck is really a control deck, like the ultimate control deck. Counter target spell, survey one. Okay, no maximum hand size. Oh no! We coming back? Let's see. Alright, good. We got it. We're there? You guys there? That was weird. That was weird. Alright. We have this guy. Let's add him. Let's add you. Whenever you cast, you flip this. Okay, so I feel like I want that one there too. Alright, cool. So what do we got for the counterspell deck? What do we got for our control deck? Well, we got a lot of denial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so really good, and a 3-card draw. So, alright. So now what I would like to do is let's see if we can get something from white. Maybe red. So now let's take a look here and see if there's anything that we can do. So prowess, not a bad idea. Zuriel, draw a card, discard a card, draw a card. Okay. The Enigma Drake would be a good one to get. Bringing her into this would probably be a good idea. Attacks, you may discard a card. If you do, you may draw a card. Equipment. If an opponent controls 7 or more lands, he gets lands really fast. So this would be a really good one to try and do. So let's add that one for now. Let's do this one. Get that back. Let's bounce creatures too. So if there's like a boomerang, there's a card draw one here. Let's look down for boomerang. We can return some things. Bar the gate, counter target creature or planeswalker spell there. Yeah, I mean, just let's slow him down. That's really what I think I need to do. Okay, so we have a bunch. We have 14 there. Okay, so we need to add some land. So let's go into here. We have red, blue. So it's red, black, or sorry, it's blue, black, blue, black. Enters. We could seek a non-land, what is it? Non-land card. So we get some filter. All right, so let's just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11. 12. So we have 12 land. Let's do 13, 14, 15. Alright, so that should be 15 land. Yep, 15 land. Most of them are blue. That's fine. That's good. Alright. So from here, what else can we do? Create red goblin token. Activate oil counter remove permanent. Activate only if an oil counter is removed from a permanent you control. This permanent with the graveyard. Okay. It's not bad. This would be really good to stave off some damage. Not seeing too many. Infinite conjure random card. Perpetuate. Okay. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library. Okay. Splice into arcane. If you cast an arcane spell, you may reveal this card from your hand and pay its splice cost. If you do, add that to the effect. Okay, so that it's basically you're paying more for, or the same amount. And then we have bolt right here, barb, yeah, and twine. It's not really anything. Target creature or target player. Deals damage to target creature. Okay. Yeah, not anything that I'm super like looking at right now that I would understand. Counter target spell. Deals damage, so I'll do that one. Flashback. Yep, so I'll add that. Goff rewrites history. Each opponent, or for each player, choose target non-enchantment, non-land permanent that player controls. Those permanent owner shuffles them into their hand, into their library. Each player who controls one of those permanents exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card, then put the rest on the bottom. Each player may cast the non-land card they exiled. Interesting. Don't know if I want that. Is it charm? Allows us to counter. So we'll take that. And then basically our creature that we're going to have has got to be something that ramps with instants and sorceries in our graveyard. So these guys. And then, I mean, this is actually a pretty powerful one because every time we cast our second spell, we get tokens. So let's see what happens with this. We got him there. Creatures right there. Yeah, we'll try this out, see how this works. I mean, this is ridiculous. This deck right now is completely ridiculous. I mean, I'll just put him in for laughs. I'll put him in for laughs. Deals 1 damage to target creature or each other creature of the same name. So he doesn't really have anything that's like all the big same names. There's this one. That's a merfolk one. We get a second one. Target non-legendary. Except it has haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of your end turn. Kranko's not really anything. Draw a card. Copy target spell. Locust God, whenever you draw a card. Blue-black insect. Whenever it's put in the graveyard. So we'll add that one just for the fun of it. We're up to 52. Let's do that one. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery greater than the number of experience counters you have, you get an experience counter. Instants or sorceries you cast cost 1 less for each experience counter. Okay, so that would only be 1. I don't really have experience counters in the deck. Let's see here. Anything else? This spell can't be countered. Whenever I do things, add that one. Okay. Sure. Let's just have some fun with it. Put these two in there, right there. Alright, so now what does this deck look like? What is this randomness that I just created? I have no idea. What do I feel like I need to get rid of? So we have a lot of control situations for a lot of removal. I'll get rid of the flashback. No, yeah, let's get rid of the flashback. Wait, this one lets us create a token. Negate. Yeah, so this is a lot of control. 17 instants for control. Let's get rid of the sorcery here. Alright. So, if the opponent has 7 or more lands, Avatar of Fury costs 6 less. He gets lands crazy quick, so I'm not opposed to keeping this in for that reason. This card, we'll get rid of him. Vanishing, proliferates. I mean, it's a really good early game 7/5 to bring out, so not a bad idea. These cost 1 less, but I don't really have 1 colorless less. I don't really have 1 colorless spells that I'm like, wow, really? We need those for instances and sorceries. Like, that would be 1. That would be 2. That'd go down to 2. So, not super looking for him. This allows us to do some card draw. This allows us to do some card draw as well. This, whenever we draw a card, we create a token, so that would really help there. This allows us to do some damage direct to him. This allows us to do some damage direct to him, but do I want that? I mean, it's a 5/5. So I'll get rid of that one, and I'll get rid of you. Planeswalkers, I feel like these are going to be okay. So we got a 50 card deck. We'll have some fun with it next week, because it's noon. So I got to sign off. I got to take the kids to the park or something like that. We've had our screen time in the morning. Hopefully you guys like this, and hopefully you guys are going to be here for it. I'm going to play with this deck all week and try and get it a little bit more refined after I see what it does. But let's see what we can make work with that. So there's our counterspell deck that is specific to these rush decks that we've been fighting against. All right. So, like, comment, subscribe. This is Busy Gamer Dad. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. We did not make any progress inside the Red Castle, but we did get rid of that one quest that was the eviction notice that was pretty hard. It had like 14 monsters in it that we had to kill. Thanks so much for taking time out of your schedule regardless, though, and we will catch you next week where we will continue on with our Magic the Gathering playthrough. I promise I will not do anything more with the Red Castle or any of the other castles until you guys can witness the glory that is those fights. And we will see you next week. Later.